Hello and welcome to the 27th episode of Business Litigation TV, the internet's most passionate show about business litigation. I'm your host, Jesse David Eisenberg. I'm a New York City business litigation attorney. And today I want to talk about the frequently asked question of how long is my case going to take? But that's probably the second most popular frequently asked question I get. Other than, if I win, can the other side pay my attorney's fees? How long is your case going to take? I don't know. Can't know. And the reason for this is, number one, if I tell you your case is going to take 6 months and it's not done in 6 months, you're furious with me. So there's no incentive for me to tell you an exact date. And I can't tell you an exact date because I don't know. There's too many variables. I've seen a case that takes a month. I've seen a case that takes 10 years. Usually it's somewhere in between there. I'd say the average is probably about 2 years. But there's so many variables that you can't control. Some of those variables are, what if you get sick? What if the client on the other side gets sick? What if one of the attorneys gets sick? What if I have a pain in the butt opposing counsel who files a motion every 10 days? The courts are overworked. They take a while to get motion decisions back. I know a judge that takes a minimum of 90 days, sometimes 150 days, just to give you a decision on a motion. What am I supposed to do with that? And who ends up getting in trouble when these things happen? The attorney. So really, like I said, it doesn't behoove us to give you a date, and we can't because we don't know what's going to happen. I just had to fire my process server because I'd file a case in July and they would serve them in August, and then they wouldn't get me the affidavit of service till November. So I'm just sitting there. Got nothing to do, and I'm calling daily. So, there's all these things that can delay your case right from the outset. And that's not even getting into. What if you have a really complicated case? Some of these business litigation cases, I had one case, luckily it's going to settle, but we just made a discovery schedule. A discovery schedule is when all the attorneys get together and say, okay, you're going to request this by this date, I'm going to give you the answers to this by this date, we'll do depositions on this date. We just had one that was going into late 2020. So it's definitely very difficult. And I sound like a broken record here, I know. But it's difficult to tell you how long your case is going to take. If your attorney isn't just trying to get your money, they're not going to answer your question of how long it's going to take. In fact, I put it right into my contracts with my clients that I can't tell you how long it's going to take. I really wish I give you better news, and I wish these things moved faster. But at the same time, sometimes it's in your best interest not to have a quick case. If you're the defendant, I help people through a nonprofit with mortgage foreclosures, and sometimes I need to get by these guys a year, 2 years before they're back on their feet. In that case, your case is going to take as long as I can drag it out. So I know this doesn't answer your question, but it answers your question of how long your case is going to take. If you'd like to discuss more, need a little clarity on something, would like to understand why the estimates can be so long or why I can't give you an estimate at all, you can always email me at jesse@jdelaw.nyc. That's JESSE@JDELAW.NYC. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my videos, and until next time, take care.